Yo, it's your boy Nastyelgic, and I'm here with the Hood Genius Podcast. Let's get it.
What's going on, everyone? This is Lady T.
And this is Miz 100, and this is the Hood Geniuses Podcast. And today, we have our guest, Nastyelgic. He's a rapper / actor. You know how Hood Geniuses do it. We always get y'all those surprises, all types of guests on our podcast. So, Lady T, you ready to get it?
Of course I am.
So we're going to start off by asking the questions first. And usually, y'all know how we do. We always do questions that matter to all our guests. But right now, we got to get into Nastyelgic. This super dope lyricist. I was impressed on our first meeting when they had me down here. I can't get too much about his music, because he's holding that. We're gonna get into that though. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. So this is an exclusive interview with Nastyelgic. So I'm gonna start off the questions. I'm gonna do the first 7 questions, and then Lady T is gonna do the next 7 questions. 14 questions total. So I'm gonna start off by asking you, where are you from, and were you raised there?
I'm from Burlington, New Jersey. Burlington City is what you call it, aka the zoo. I was born and raised there, all my life. So from New Jersey, born and raised.
Okay. So I like to ask, since you repping Jersey, name your top 3 MCs from Jersey.
Top 3. Lauryn Hill. Second would have to be that's a good question. I would say either Redman or probably Naughty by Nature, and then third myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. Very confident in his skills. Y'all see that. Y'all hear it in his his vocal tone. He sounds media trained. I like that. Very professional. Because we don't. It's like, no, let me stop. No, but y'all know how it could be out there. A lot of artists, they be very, all over the place and, unprofessional with it. So I'm going to go on to the next question. Explain the meaning of your stage name and why.
My stage name is, first of all, let's get a little history lesson, go back. My stage name at first was ATP, which was Alert the Press. And from a business side with my marketing manager, that was kind of clashing with other things. If you're listening right now, I'm about to give you a little insight to the business side of things. If you got a name that is common, you might want to change it, because as you go through searching your name and Google searching, you'll get lost. Like ATP is also like the tennis association or something like that. So if you go on Google and you type in ATP, I'm going to be at page 139, because everything else is going to be filled up with tennis, unless you know my record. So we decided to change the name. Now, I thought about the name Nastyelgic because it's that's my sound, man. It's infused with the old school, makes you reminisce a little bit, but it's still got the the new school pop. So I came up with the name Nastyelgic. Now the spelling of it is Nastyelgic. That was actually a typo, believe it or not. When my first record was coming out, Killing Hip Hop, we sent the artwork out. It got back. I didn't get it till late. The record had already been uploaded, and from there I saw that. I'm like, yo, this is spelled wrong. It's supposed to be Nastyyle, as in nasty style jick. So nasty style. But instead, the E and the L got flipped around for a typo. So it brought me to Nastyelgic, which is still the same. It's spelled the same. It sounds the same, so it doesn't matter. So we ran with it. But that's how I got the name, man.
Yeah, yo, that's dope, yo. Yeah. What's crazy about that is that's the energy. God meant it to be that way. You know what I mean? A mistake turned into something that's so original. I like that. That's real dope. I'm going to the next question. What inspires you the most?
Well, let me ask you a question. Is that like what inspires me the most musically? Acting, in what area?
First, musically,
Okay.
and then you can get into acting because that's a whole separate entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What inspires me musically is just right at first it just came as a love, something that I like to do. Then it came as almost like a jealous thing, And what I mean by that is you look around and you see everybody else getting put on, and you know your craft, you know your talent, and it hurts when you know how good you are and you're not getting that recognition or you're not getting that love you deserve. So it fueled from that. Now I'm at the point where I humble myself, and it's just trust the process, and it's just like, you know what, this is a gift, I got it, it's gonna work regardless. When you know you meant to do it, you know you meant to do it. And right now I'm just running off of fumes of just being able to do it, rather than looking for somebody to say hey and all this other stuff. So
I like that. You know what I mean? Definitely. Okay. So I'm gonna go on to the next question. Did you always see yourself as an artist, starting out when you was young, or did this just come to you when you got older?
That's a good question. No, this is something from a young age. My brother, he's a musician. He actually made the Killing Hip Hop record, and he's when I mean that's a God-given talent for him. That's a God-given talent, and he wants it more. He wants it more than anybody that I know, but life has different circumstances, so he doesn't have the flexibility to do it the way I can do it. So this is an opportunity also to get him where he deserves, he should be, and then where also I should be. So music, it's always been at a young age. I've been doing this for a while, believe it or not. There was a contest for the state of New Jersey for Shot Down's Drugs, and I made this record. And I toured around with the governor everywhere he went. I was actually on Philadelphia Fox Good Day, and I performed live, at the interview, and I forget the lady's name. They all came to the house, all this and that, all the exclusives. I mean, y'all can pull up the footage if you really go dig it up online. But, I've been doing this since, that happened to me when I was in 10th grade. So now, you know what I'm saying? There's been a minute, but I had a hiatus because, I was also a blessed athlete, so I went to college to play football, and then when I had a little opportunities to get to the next level, and then after that didn't fall through the way it's supposed to, I picked up the mic, picked it back up, never stopped, never put down a pen, just picked the mic back up, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So that was
so hold up, you was an athlete. Yo, Nastyelgic is full of surprises, y'all. He's just a ball of talent, I noticed you said your brother was God gifted with the talent, but you were too. You know what I mean?
Something that
here you go.
I guess for him, it was something that I had to find. It's one of those things where I wasn't as good as him musically. It's funny. I started out playing the drums first, and I wasn't that good. He picked it up naturally, and I was going for a spot in the band, and he got the spot. Took it from me. So now it's like when you're not that good, and then you also not necessarily I'm not that good. I guess if I really, really wanted to, I can do whatever I want to, but I didn't love it that much. So I was finding something to catch on to, because I had basketball, football, and all that stuff, but it wasn't hitting where it needed to. But writing, it just came naturally. Whether it was just trying to write a script real quick or something little. I was always in tune with speaking, public speaking, all those things. I always liked that. That was more my thing.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's dope, yo. So, what school did you play for in football?
Okay. High school, college, you want me to go through 9 yards? How you want?
Yeah.
High school ran Cocos Valley Regional High School. That's the home of Franco Harris,
Yep.
Irvin Fryer, You know what I'm saying? So we breed great ones. And then we moved over to East Stroudsburg University.
Yep.
That's where I went to, and played there, hold a couple records, did my thing.
What was your position?
Strong safety, outside linebacker. Yep.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, damn. Nice, yo. Damn. Okay. Oh wow, yeah, I'm impressed. You know what I mean? So how would you explain your style, as far as being an MC / rapper?
I'm gonna say this as humble as possible. However, I want to be. Yeah, you was here last time when I played that wide range. We played you the uppity stuff first, and then when I switched to the nostalgic, it's like, whoa, I didn't see this coming. It's kind of whatever I want to do. Like I said, I've been truly blessed, man, humble, and just for the talent to be able to switch sides as easily as possible. It's a gift and a curse because you're trying to decide. Because I remember there's a bar that said before, it's like, once you give them this, they mistake you for that, and once you sell your soul player, you can't get it back. So where's Jesus for you? Because everybody want to be a millionaire now, huh? So where's Regis for you? At the end of the day, it's those things where you imagine.
Bars. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and those are years ago bars. I don't even think at the time, might have been my first year in college. So so these are things that that just come to light, and it's a struggle now. Whether you want to be lyrical, and if you're too lyrical, will they accept it? Will it go over their heads? You don't want to be too uppity because you don't want to be known as that gimmick rapper. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fall into that box. So it's just that tightrope and playing that fine line, and still trying to break in the industry. Because when you're playing that fine line, sometimes you're overly cautious, so you miss your opportunity. And sometimes, but you don't want to be, too free and give people what they want. Because then, hey, listen, now you got to keep that going in order to survive. And then you don't want to, what J. Cole said, play the game, player, or let the game play you, or be that broke talking about you stay true. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, you got to choose,
Yeah.
But I can do whatever I want to do. I guess I'll just say, depends on the beat, depends on the moment, depends on the mood.
Okay. Dope answer. Okay, I got to get into, let me get into this. I ain't going to go too far in on this, but I'm going to ask you this. In this era of mumble rap, in which they say, lyrics don't exist, don't matter no more, but do the lyrics matter to you?
Of course, because just as an artist, you compare yourself to other people. You got to think about what the foundation of what this, hip hop and everything was built on. Now it's like the year of the producers. You know what I'm saying? Like the producers are really the artists, and the artists are just playing the background, just guiding the beat. And it just sucks, man, because there's a real art in being able to be crafty with your words. But I think I was reading not too long ago, I think they said hip hop nowadays writing level is on the 3rd grade level. The artists are. And it's sad like that, because it's a correlation between the kids now and how they think and how they write and articulate things, and then you have you just listen to the music, you can see where is it coming from. But for me, lyrics are always gonna matter, because at the end of the day, when that beat stops, all you got is your voice.
Yep.
At the end of the night, all you got is your voice. What you gonna do? And you can always make music with your voice.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first instrument at the end of the day. So,
yeah,
the lyrics.
I totally agree with you, because I remember it was a time when, I gotta say what you said. The producer is carrying the beats now, because that's the first thing people say now. And Lady T, AKA, T Boogie, like the dance, but she always say, "Yo, that beat is hot." But what they saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What are they saying? We old school with it, from Public Enemy to Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. We come from that era. But don't get it twisted. We do respect the new artists now, but it's like, what are you saying? And I remember one time being at a showcase, and the beat, they had issues with the sound. The sound engineer, it was some issues going on. Man, listen, they took away the beat, and that, I'm not going to say the name, but that person who was known for this hot record, when he had to just spit just the vocals, it didn't sound hot. You know what I mean? Didn't sound hot. He wanted to be professional and keep the show going, but when it was just his words, it was like, whoa. please bring that beat back on. Please, this is horrible. You know what I mean?
You also got to think about how dangerous that is also at the same time. Like, if you just do your research throughout history, another history lesson, when it comes, you remember Bone Thugs album, it was written backwards. I think one of its, I don't know, the track list or something within their pamphlet, in the CD cover, it's written backwards. And, you got to hold it up, to read it backwards.
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
In order to read it, unless you can read backwards, you got to hold up to the mirror in order to read it. That's the way they used to do witchcraft back in the day. Read things backwards. It's no different than drowning out the words. Have you sing along? You so lost in the beat, you don't even know what you're saying. And what you say, you become it. And what you speak, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? No lie. I was working at a youth care worker. And I was telling the kids, I was like, yo, you'd be surprised. I guarantee you, if you go listen to Tupac, Dear Mama, you ain't gonna commit half of the crimes you did. And he was like, yo, that makes good sense, yo. Because before I did what I did, I was listening to so-and-so, and it was getting me hyped. This music really, it definitely is a spirit, and people don't understand that. You gotta be careful what you do and how you say it. Some people don't want to hear it. There's gonna be some people gonna believe it, or he talking some mumble jumble, but listen, hey, that's truth. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now, I know we're doing an interview, but now you just opened the door for a separate conversation, a sidebar conversation. Me and Lady T, we have several episodes where we talk about people's belief systems. What you intake is what you get, and she could back me up on this. What you saying is, them souls, when you whether you touching souls physically with sex or music or drugs, it affects you. If it affects you, it depends. It can affect you negatively. You know what I'm saying? And what you were saying about working, talking to that youth, and they committed crimes, and before they did the crimes, most of the time they getting high off something.
Or listening to some type of music.
Exactly.
Yeah, listening to some music.
Yeah.
I'm just now like it's amazing to hear someone else say what we always talk about, because you rarely get that. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
people are afraid of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people are afraid of that. Some people don't want to be guilty for doing it. Some people just don't believe in that whole entire spiritual aspect of things. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Let me go on to the next question. Yeah, it almost got real deep for a minute.
Yeah.
We're going, keep it moving. Which do you like to do more, performing or recording?
That's hard, because it's nothing like having people sing your songs. It's nothing like being on stage. But I think, I would say recording, because it's therapy. It's meditation. You get away from everybody. I'm not the type of dude where I like 1 million people in my studio session. That's just not me. I just need a few people, and most of those people are creative people that maybe can tell me, let's try to maybe do this, do that, because I'm not afraid to say, even though I'm nice and my bars are all what it is, man, you always get better. You can always pull from somebody else that hears something. You know what I'm saying? So I allow certain individuals to come in and give a little bit of critique here and there. So I would say recording, because it's more therapy. But performing, man, you know what? It's a time and a place thing. You just got to be there mentally when it's time to perform, So
I want to get into my questions. And so my first question to you is, I know you are working on a project. When will it be released? And do you have a title yet?
You know what? That's the hardest thing on the title. And I'm going to be real with y'all and tell you my dilemma right now. It's what I just spoke about earlier. Giving them this and mistaking you for that, trying to infuse it to where, it catches today, but you don't get lost in that, and know that there's more nostalgic and there's more to my word, because a lot of the tracks are a little bit more up tempo, it's catchy. So it's the title has to come after everything is finally recorded. You sit back and you listen to it and you really say, okay, now we got to piece this together. When will it be done? It'll be done ASAP. I mean, after it'll be recorded fully after the 28th. So the 29th, it'll be fully recorded. Mix and master, we'll figure that out. So at least give that 3 to 4 weeks, to do it really right and do it properly. So maybe like a month or whatever. So I'm saying we'll be ready to go beginning of March, sometime early March, And if we can expedite it, we expedite it. But you know what? In this process, when you try to make an EP, make a project, and you try to make this one the one, you got to put your time and effort in. You might have to go back to the drawing board once or twice. You don't want to rush it, but you also don't want to prolong it. Because sounds move in this industry. You don't want to be too far behind in the trend, but you don't want to put out some garbage, because your first impression, your last impression in this industry. You get around a lot of people, and I'm so stickler about showing people quality. That's why when you came last time, I told you this ain't mix and master. I gotta let you know that up front, because I don't want that to be your first impression of my work. But then you was like, I couldn't even tell this wasn't even mix and master. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's just me being a perfectionist and really caring about my craft. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. Right about that. Want to put out quality. Okay.
Quality counts.
Yes, definitely. So, are you looking to get signed by a major record label?
That's a good question. I'm not opposed to it. If the deal is right and it benefits the whole entire team, it benefits my management, benefits the people in my circle, then yeah, I'll run with it. But if it don't, no. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the game has changed so much that in this industry, you don't necessarily have to be signed right away to do your thing. After a while, the industry and these labels, they all work together and they all head honchos. When they see you not signing with nobody, they're going to try to stop you. You know what I'm saying? And blackball you somehow and get you, because now, nobody has put their stamp on you, their claim. Now that all links all back to spiritual and everything like that. But like at the end of the day, but I'm not opposed to it. I know I'm going to have to give something in order to get somewhere. Whether it's a distribution deal or something, I'm going to have to eventually sign with somebody. If you think you're about to skate through this and have no connection or no affiliation with any label, I mean, if you could do it, you could do it. I don't know how you did it, but so I'm not opposed to it. It just got to be right for the team.
That's right. Okay. So, name 3 artists, dead or alive, you would love to do a song with.
Dead or alive that I would love to do a song with. That's hard, man. You didn't give me an amount, did you? You didn't give me an amount? 3. 3 artists. That's hard. That's very, very hard. Tupac is going to be one. Always going to be number 1 for me. That's my guy. I'm trying to think about the people that will probably bring the best out of me, like working with them. That's so hard. I never, because I can easily say Jay-Z, Nas, but then I'm at 3. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm trying to, solidify why Jay, why Nas, why. I'm trying to really think about all these things on why am I choosing these people. Is it because they're that big, or is it because I really, truly would love to work with them and create something? And I'm thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it. I got to erase the money part. Just, we're not making no money. This record would never sell. It's just I can get in the studio with you and create. Tupac is definitely number 1. I would say Mos Def. I would say I would like to get in the studio with Mos Def, and I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna do something. And because I'm just not, a North person, I'm gonna go down to Andre 3000.
Oh wow!
I think he's one of the best lyricists the game has ever seen, and he doesn't get the credit for it. 3 Stacks. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I totally agree on that.
3 Stacks. So I will say those 3.
right. So I noticed you are not only a rapper, but you're an actor as well. How did you get into acting, and is that something you always wanted to get into?
Acting is one of those things where I'm not meant to work a 9 to 5. Can I be honest with y'all? Like I just ain't built like that. I'm more of an entertainer. I'm more of that type of person. So during high school, I did all performing arts, acting. I even did some in college. The only problem with it was I was casted in 3 plays in college and couldn't do any of them because my coach said, "We pay you to play football. You're an athlete first." Directors would come and talk to my coach and tell him, "No, you can't do it." So I just never really had the opportunity. And I said, you know what? What got me into acting was just my first play I did was called Daddy's Issues in the Wild. First play in the Wild. I did it this past June 24th, I believe. I did that show because I was fed up with music, actually, and everything that was going on with it. So I said, you know what? Maybe this is not the route I gotta take, and this goes back to the Ludacris and Ludacris also because he had to be a DJ before he could get his music out. Take another avenue, get Jamie Foxx, all those guys that had to take the other avenue to get there. So I'm like, I got this other talent that I know I'm good at. Let me try to, go through with this. So I did it, and it's just been clicking ever since. And I also think it's because I'm not letting it bother me. Acting is something that just comes. I apply for it, I go out for it. If I don't get it, I don't stress it. You know what I'm saying? It's really just growing on its own. And I'm trying to learn those lessons and use music the same way, because obviously there's a reason behind it. Sometimes when you force things, it doesn't work for you the right way, because you're constantly looking, constantly being forcing things. So acting, man, that's something I've always done. I've always been good at. Won awards in high school. I mean, it's just one of them things that I just pull from.
Naturalist. Okay. Besides rapping and acting, do you have any other talents?
I mean, I guess public speaking. I mean, besides football and that's about it. I mean, you know what? Those questions are so, because when they ask you, you can't remember everything right then and there. Then when I get home, right when I get in the car, I'm gonna be like, yo, I should have said this. I'm good at this. I'm good at that. I mean, that's it. I'm just I got a creative mind. So I mean, I'm definitely good at just creating things or helping people with ideas. So I'm a futuristic type person, creative type person. So yeah. Okay. So that's it. You never know what I'm going to do.
I can see that.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, where do you see yourself at with your career?
Next 5 years, career. Okay. Musically, hopefully a Grammy. Musically, hopefully a Grammy. Acting, hopefully an Oscar. I mean, in 5 years, I believe that's a lot of time. People don't realize that thing. It's not a lot of time, but it is a lot of time in the world of music. If you know how fast it moves in the entertainment business, that's a lot of time. You got to look at a person like Cardi B. I mean, and boom, boom, boom. Like, that's no time. 3 hits on the Billboard in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it might have took her a while to get there in terms of, doing all the other things, but once it hit, it was a domino effect. So 5 years, I believe I can get there. Now you know what I'm gonna say it. I will get there. And that's that. And acting, like I said, Oscar. And yeah, let's on to some more dreams after that.
Speaking into existence. So the last question is, now it's time for you to bless us with some bars.
Who? Bless you with some bars.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Okay. My music's so therapeutic, relax your mind. Nobody in this industry, boy, can stop my grind. I'm not a mastermind, I'm just not a slave, homie, I mastermind. When you see this king you was born, it's only a matter of time. You don't conform, you transform like you Optimus Prime. I challenge anybody you opt to decline. I make them forfeit. My flow is corporate. I manufacture these rhymes no different like a magician. Abracadabra, these lines is magic. Sick of the magic, boy. Back in his prime. Your haters get back in the line, cause you gon' front with your lies, with your mediocre flows, growing Pinocchio's nose, cause Lord knows you ain't clutching no nines. You don't got no car, you never pulled a drop out. You don't got no bread, you never pull those knots out. You don't got no yay, you never pulled a Glock out. The only time you sold yay is when you bootleg the college dropout. Should I stop there?
The mic has dropped.
Should I stop there?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's enough.
And that's light.
But you can go some more if you want.
No, I'm
Time
good.
limit on it.
I'm good.
Keep blessing us.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. I leave it right there. I don't give people. Can't give them too much. Can't give them too much.
Keep it one more.
Yeah, keep them one more.
All right. So we're gonna get into the questions that matter.
Okay.
All right. We'll jump right into that. Yeah. Okay. So name 3 things you can't live without.
That's not appropriate. Nah.
Told you, it doesn't matter.
Can't live without, man. Faith.
Oh.
Food. I love to eat, man. And music. Can't live without music.
Okay. This one is always funny. Yeah, Lady T. Yeah, you know, no, it's cool. I got it. All right, you know how we do. Seafood or sex? Which one can you have every day?
But can I be real with you, right? Both. Because well, actually not, depending on the person, because you know there are times of months where things are off, man. But at the end of the day, if you do, you can have both technically, because if you know the seafood, certain seafoods are aphrodisiacs. So you feel me? Yep. So they get you right where you need to be. So at the end of the day, I would pick the seafood because I know what might come after. So I'm gonna go with seafood.
You
The first to say that, right?
Yeah. He's the first to say it, and you know what? That's a subliminal question. Like you actually, with your answer,
Nailed it.
when I made that question, it was, you answered it where I was implying it. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You know. But here you go, Lady T.
Okay.
I know my student loans paying off. thinking outside the box right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. This is a real simple one. What's your favorite movie?
Don't ask me that. That's the hardest thing ever. You know how many movies have been made in my lifetime? You know how many categories of movies there are? You got to break that down. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask me comedy, action, drama. Yeah.
Okay, so
My favorite.
Your
because you know it's those movies that you just play over and over. You watch, you take you to a place.
I ain't even gonna believe this one. There is one other, but I'm gonna choose this one over it. Jason's Lyrics.
Yeah, definitely. They gave you a little bit of everything.
They give you
everything.
Action.
It's just, you can apply that situation, him and his brother being a nutcase, and just trying to hold on to family still. You trying to move on, both people's families is not, you trying to grow, and all those things that you got to deal with in the ethnic families, in situations, I like the movie a lot. It's a good movie. You know what I'm saying?
This question. Oh man. Liquor or weed?
I would say, okay, one is poison, the other one is weed. And here's why I say weed. Not because I do it, but because weed is because liquor is just bad for you in general. Now, do I drink liquor? Yes, I do. I know it's bad for me. I'm drinking poison. I admit it. I'm killing myself. what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, liquor is not that good for you, so I won't choose it. And then weed is, I would have to eat it though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't smoke it because the smoke is what does the damage. You know, just having that in your lungs. And I don't know any smoke that's good for you, whether it's weed or a cigarette. Smoke is not good for you. But weed itself is not necessarily bad. It's a plant. It's a resin. So if you eat it, you know, that's what it is. So I'll just eat it.
Just like swallowing broccoli.
Yeah.
Dry broccoli.
Okay. What comes to mind when you hear the word boss?
Rick Ross. I ain't gonna lie to you. Rick Ross. Honestly, yeah, true.
That song was hot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, that's really true.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Name one thing you regret in life.
One thing I regret in life. See, I don't know whether to call this a regret, because it's a gift from God, so I can't say I regret it. But I do wonder what my life would be like if I didn't play football, if I didn't play sports, and I just focused on music. I think I would have been where I want to be. But then I can't say that. You know, everything is part of His plan. So sometimes I regret it. You know what I do regret, right? True story. I had this girlfriend, and I got a scholarship in high school to go to a prep school to play. And I knew if I went to this prep school, I'm going D1. Because, you know, in high school, I was fooling around. You know, again, wasn't really caring about the grades too much. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to this prep school. They're going to give me D1. I'm going to go, boom, boom. I'm in the league. No problemo. But, you know, I was in the puppy love stage, and this girl was crying, you know, on the phone. Telling me, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to leave. You know, it made me thinking I'm going to marry this girl because I'm dumb and young, you know what I'm saying? And I go, and I don't leave. And, you know, it sets me through these whole entire loops. It keeps me going. So I do regret that. That's one of my biggest regrets.
That's regret.
Where's she at now?
Man, she married with 2 kids. Just had one like the other day. I mean, but she married with 2 kids. Hey, listen. I mean, no. The guy, I know the dude. Man, this nice guy. Everybody. I mean, she made the pick. She made the right pick. I mean, I guess for her. I mean, you can't. Everything happens for a reason. I'm where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Well, who even says where I want to be in my life was compatible with what she wants to be? And then you end up, you know, doing more damage down the line. Because it's easy to, you can let go when you're young, but when you get older and you got all that stuff invested and you try to break that apart, I mean, that's a yeah, it's hard. So.
Yeah,
all right.
You know what though? Make sure she buy your album when it drops, yo.
You know the crazy thing? And it's funny that you say that because she knew I rapped, and it's funny because like in high school, you know, I wasn't all cracked up what it was supposed to be in terms of academics. Not because I wasn't smart. Obviously, I got my master's now. I'm getting my doctorate right now, so I'm a doctor, so I ain't stupid. But I just didn't apply myself. You know what I'm saying? But I remember she told me, she said, you know what? You sound, and she meant this in the nicest way when she said it. She's like, you know, it's amazing how well your vocabulary is when you rap. Because doing on regular, I'm more intellectual when I rap, but when on regular talking, you know, you with the homies, I'm all slang, and everything else is not. She said your rapping shows how smart you really are, is what she said. And I was like, oh, yeah, she listened. So she definitely probably would purchase it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great compliment.
Yeah.
I mean, at first I thought it was insulting. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell me because it's like my everyday life. You telling me I sound dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's how I took it. I took it as like, oh, I only rap. You know, I don't go around rapping every place I go to. I don't rap to my teachers. You know, so you telling me on the average, I sound stupid.
Yeah,
That's how you can say it.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Well, I just want to say that, man, you you just done it at the end of that though, because you got your master's, you on your way to get your PhD. I mean, damn, yo. I mean, you about to be Dr. Nastyelgic soon.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think you are a super dope role model for the community, and I just want to say, man, stay focused on your goals and success, and whatever failures you come into, just know that's just a stepping stone to your success. You know what I mean? And just keep on going on with progression. Man, like, that's like, I remember you said like something in the first meeting when I met with you. It was like, shit, eventually I might run for mayor. You know what I mean?
Well, I wasn't going to touch on.
But
I don't want to put that in the air because it's so far right. I mean, people will prey on you for that and things like that, and they won't want you to be successful. So certain things that's too far out, I don't speak on. You know what I'm saying? But that is one thing I do want to run. For man, I want to change the whole community around and put it right back on track into where it needs to go. And then after that, who knows what's next after that?
Just don't have nobody else crying to you.
No. I'm
focus.
We need nostalgic focus.
That's right.
I'm man up now to give her a tissue.
Give us some Kleenex.
Yep.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
So the last question.
I think that was it.
No, it was the weirdest question that we have on here.
I don't know that.
About that.
Okay. Yeah.
That I don't like asking, but I'm going to ask anyway. If you could be any animal, which one would you be and why?
You know what? That's not the weirdest question because I've actually had to answer this before. I'm just trying to remember what animal I picked, and I picked it for a good reason. I can't remember, so I'm gonna pick something new. I would have to say eagle. I'll pick an eagle. I'm sorry, an eagle. Yep.
And why?
And why?
What kills the eagle? What animal in the wilderness kills the eagle? Exactly.
You shut it down for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about every other animal kind of gets killed by another animal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somehow, someone, like even if a lion tried to attack a elephant, usually they come in, they stay in herds. They can stomp on the animal. All these other things. They can do so much. But an eagle, that thing just sits up there, swoops down, wherever it needs to go, keeps it pushing. You don't never see an eagle. Eagles, they stay up high. You'll never see an eagle just walking on the ground where it can be catch by a shark or nothing like that. They keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Only thing that kill them is their age.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that ends our questions. So we want to say thanks for participating, and you are an official Hood Genius.
Yep. Yeah, this was definitely a dope interview. I mean, real dope. I'm gonna need, we're gonna need y'all to definitely support Nastyelgic when his album drop. Of course, we're gonna be posting it on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We actually videotape a portion of this interview, so it'll be on the YouTube channel. We're trying to get our visuals up for 2018 because it's all about the visuals and the photos, and we doing our thing. Continue to listen. Lady T, do you want to say anything before we end this?
I'm just taken away by this whole interview. I know I may have said it before, but this is like one of our best interviews because you was just on point with every question. Always surprised us, with your answers and the energy. We go about it as well. So, I mean, and we understood everything you said. You know, we wasn't sitting over here like, we're gonna have to mix that out. You know, it was awesome. So I just want to say we salute you and stay focused and keep a box of Kleenex just in case.
Yeah. and like we always do, like when we have guests, you know, on our show, like, yo, like anything you promote, if we see you posting it, we posting it. We, you know what I'm saying? Because this whole thing is take a team effort for success. It's not no I in team. Everybody know that, but it has to be a team. You know what I mean? And you know, we all about supporting people that's go-getters, that's, you know, driven for their success. So, man, so anything you got out there, we're gonna be pushing it on all our multi-platforms. And it's funny though, because recently we connected to a lot of people that's in Jersey now, and Jersey been showing us a lot of love recently. And
because I think you got the one kiddo, I think he just did the what did he do, his first showcase or something like that? Any from Jersey, light skin.
no, you talking about
Cuddy CB?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Cuddy, yeah.
I went on this thing earlier today and I saw that say from New Jersey or whatever.
Yeah. Cuddy, he's doing good things.
Okay.
And you know how we do, man. Listen, anytime they need performers, we plug you in with them. Like, yo,
let me know.
We got this dope artist. Y'all, they repping Jersey hard.
Yeah.
You know, so we plug you on to them and be like, listen, this dude dope. You gotta get him on the show, John, too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was basically called the Winner's Circle.
Okay.
We did on New Year's.
Okay.
It's pretty much the vibes only, and it's all about networking.
Wow.
You know.
Okay.
We work as a team, like we team players. So,
Okay.
You know,
Got you.
it's
No
all
problem.
about
No.
networking.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. So, we're gonna wrap this up, and y'all know how we always wrap things up. I'm gonna say, dream hard, and then don't sleep forever. Peace.
You are now an official Hood Genius. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Y'all know what to do.
Hit that follow button.